Hey, sports studio, someone asked you to hop on and help out. Boom, you put on the top and you're ready to go. Let's get into this week's video. Welcome y'all to this week's vlog with your boy, Randy Silver. This week is going to show you the rest of month one at Full Sail University in the Dan Patrick School of Sportscasting. I showed you orientation week, I showed you week one, I gave you some other stuff in between, like the campus tour, Dan Patrick coming to visit, my first time anchoring. So now we're going to show you the rest of the program for month one. What it was like for me to work in the sports studio, what it was like for me to finish my 2 GE classes, psychology and creative presentation, and preview week two. So let's dive into it. There's a lot of content here for you. It was a fun month, an educational month. I had a blast. I love what I'm doing. I love being here, and you're about to see why. Enjoy. Let's start with working inside the sportscasting studio. As always, riding my bike to school every day. I wanted to start with this video because I thought it was really cool. There's always people coming through the sports studio to check it out, mainly college level people who are prospective to come here, behind the scenes tours. However, this is a elementary school level camp. There's a lot of camps around the campus right now because of summer, and they had so much fun in the studio. We played around with the television with them, played around with them on camera, had them sit in front of the desk, and it was a blast. And it kind of just warmed our heart and put some perspective what we get to do every day. Let's get to the good stuff. Here I am working the teleprompter, sitting next to the producer in the production room. Here is the playback. We're looking at the script, the rundown. Now we're in the audio room. Cole waving to the fans. And let's listen into what a production value product looks
Starting
like.
with all industry, Embolo Canté, Kalidou Value, Ruben Neves, and more. But by far the biggest one was current Ballon d'Or winner Karim Benzema. Lionel Messi is going to play for Inter de Miami alongside former Barcelona teammate Sergio Busquets, but Real Madrid stole the show by signing 90-year-old British midfielder Jude Bellingham.
And dissolve.
That's all the time we have for today. For Full Sail Live, I'm Rodrigo Moreno Gonzalez.
Close his mic. Fade all. Okay, you record?
We're clear.
We're clear, everybody. Thank you, guys. Okay.
This is a pretty good view of the production room going on. You have myself with the teleprompter. You have the producer to my left. Top left, you have the technical director. He's the one feeding all the videos into the screen that you can see when you're on air. The director is the one in the middle with the forward-facing hat. He's the one relaying all the information needed for cues in the script, for cues in the rundown, for cues in the cut sheet, to the audio room, us production room, to the on-air talent as needed. So he's the one that you heard with the different commands throughout. And on the right in the Bosa jersey is the playback operator. He's the one with all the assets, making sure it gets into the technical director's hands to put on the television. For me, I really want to get good at this technical director board. I know the basics of it, but the more advanced stuff, as you'll see right here, could be doing a 2-box. It could be putting multiple assets on screen A when screen B is on television. So that way, when screen A gets on television, you transition over, everything's ready to go. So there's a lot of advanced stuff here. You can see here, there's a lot of buttons on the board to get good at. So here's an example right here. We have 2 desk anchors. Anchor C right there is at a green screen. So they're an on-air assignment reporter. So how do you make sure to get the correct camera angles, the correct shots on television so everything's squared away? So let's see.
With you guys, and with the start of training camp about 2 weeks away for most NFL teams, it's about time to start cranking out those mock drafts.
So the technical director is the one who's able to make sure the correct people are up on the screen at the same time. Here I am, working the cameraman. The cameraman isn't the most strenuous job. It's making sure the person's in zoom, on focus. I like to be here because I'm in the studio. So maybe I don't have as many responsibilities making sure the production's correct. However, I get to sit and watch my peers do their sportscasts, such as right here.
Welcome to Full Sail Live. I'm Rodrigo Moreno Gonzalez. The rivalry between Real Madrid and Barcelona is one of the most fearsome in Spain and Europe. And so Barcelona es una de las más icónicas del fútbol español y europeo. Aunque a veces la lucha no se da a la hora de jugar al fútbol, sino a la hora de fichar nuevos jugadores. El centrocampista de 18 años Arda Güler, procedente del Fenerbahce, ha firmado un contrato de 6.
Let's do an instant replay for you. Rodrigo's from Mexico, born and raised, came here for the sportscasting school, Spanish on point, fluent, English is really good too. So he does two different sportscasts, one in English, one in Spanish. When you see Rodrigo looking up, he's looking at the teleprompter on the camera. When he's looking down on his papers, it means that there's a highlight, so he's not on screen and he can look at his script. Easier to look at a script 2 feet in front of your face than the teleprompter 20 feet in front of your face. It's so fun to see the people film, get to work the camera, Spanish, English, watch sports, talk sports. This is why I came here, baby. I'm loving this every moment of it. After being in the program for 1 month, I can tell how close all the students are with each other and the students are with the instructors. You see each other all the time around the studio, especially obviously when you're in class with them daily. So it's great to see the companionship, the bondship, tutelage, the advisory, all that goes with it. And not just when you're in your class, when you're done with the class, they're still there to offer you help and support. For this last part of the sportscasting section, Chase is a graduating student. He's one of 2 from this month. Part of your final assignments is building out your demo reel. All the videos you've created here for the Dan Patrick School of Sportscasting is saved. So you use your own assets to create this reel. This reel is what you send out for a job in the media entertainment industry. So let's watch a little bit of Chase's reel.
He's done it. With family here to watch it happen, one of our 2 latest graduates coming up tomorrow, Chase Brownowell, and here he is with his first demo reel.
AKA Colton.
Welcome back to Full Sail Live. I'm Chase Brownowell, and I'm here outside the O2 Arena for WWE's upcoming premium live event on Saturday, July 1st. And there's not giving each other an inch. Somebody call Arby's because we have beef in Formula One between Max Verstappen and George Russell. I have a trade here for the number 3 pick. The Trailblazers aren't making this selection, but because we have a trade. The Los Angeles Clippers are making...
Once we're done watching the reels, as we do with everything else, what's the feedback? The positives and the constructive feedback. At the end, instructors talk about life advice, the students give life advice, say thank you and congratulations to the people graduating. For me, 1 month in, I'm taking all these notes on my notes as I've shown in other videos because I want to use this feedback and instruction for me to get better when it's time for me to present. What else happened in July? The man himself, Dan Patrick, visited the school. The TV icon, the radio icon, came in and helped out the students. I have a full vlog that came out last week. He comes 3 or 4 times a year. So you'll be able to see what it's like to have him on campus, all his advice, his knowledge, and what we did interacting with Dan. Please go watch that. It's linked in the bio. But here's a quick snippet for you to get an idea.
And then all of a sudden, coming in here. Ownership's intent on honoring Lillard's request for a trade, however, officials, Blazers organization. I mean, even then, you're getting too deep into the woods.
Okay.
You want to make sure what you say is concise.
Go ahead and pull what they think is their best. Send it
That's
to
the
me.
best way to go about it. You don't know it, you're going to go, do I look pretty comfortable?
So you see Dan's able to help out students at the sports desk, provide information at the production room, and then the key part of the day, students prepare a highlight or script read in front of him and guests in the whole sports studio, and then you get real-time feedback. So let's listen to a part of that.
Learn this, but you speak into here, not out to there. You don't have to, because if you get out there, then you can't, I can't fluctuate. I can't have fun with my voice. If I'm out there like this, then I can't go up too much. But if I'm in here, then I can go up here and it shocks Celtic Nation. And then I can come back down. So once again, your voice is a tool, it's a weapon. You have to be able to use that.
Again, this is just a snippet of the time with Dan. If you haven't seen the vlog yet, please go back and watch it. It's extremely educational. If you love Dan for who he is, if you want to be a sportscaster, it's just amazing information he's providing. The other cool thing that happened in July, I got to anchor my first sports desk. This is why I came to the school. This is what I want to do, honor your talent. In that vlog video, so that came out 2 weeks ago, if you haven't seen that, I dive deep into the pre-production of how we created the sports segment, 5-minute segment. Then I also dive into myself on camera. I have the full video, so we do a film review, what worked well, what didn't work well, and then my thoughts at the end. Let's show a quick snippet right here. Welcome to Full Sail Live. I'm Randy Silver. Before the NBA hosts its official summer league with all 30 teams in Las Vegas, the Utah Jazz and Sacramento Kings each hosted a mini summer league of their own. 4 teams participated in Salt Lake City, while 6 teams competed in Sacramento. The Kings are hosting the event,
the California Classic in the featherweight division. We have Alexander Volkanovski versus Yair Rodriguez. In the flyweight division, we have Brandon Moreno versus Alexander Pantoja. Volk is the linear featherweight champion, putting his belt on the line against interim champion Rodriguez. What a weekend of sports! Join us next week and we will recap the Summer League, the UFC, and the MLB highlights. For Full Sail Live, my name is Randy Silver. See you then.
That's a quick snippet. Please go watch vlog 9 of becoming a sportscaster. That's where you'll see this full segment. I'll post more of these as I get more opportunities to work the sports desk, and we'll see my growth together. Lastly, what I got to do was work the behind the scenes. I put this out in video 1 on my vlog. This is what I went with my girlfriend Mary to see the school. This is where they take you around the whole campus, especially you get to the Sportscasting studio. Gus is at the desk and he's taking you through the whole program. So I got to be one of the people working it and answer questions for students, set up the studio, break down the studio. So I got to watch it from the side of, hey, I've been through the class. I understand what he's talking about now. I've seen a lot of this and get a perspective of how far I've come in 3 months since I went. I got to help out the students there, answer questions. Gus invoked me a couple times as a new student to provide advice or answer a question too that someone may have had, so that was really cool. I think this was my favorite part, a student sitting here. I asked him to go do it because he was a bit nervous to feel what it was like. When I sat there, I knew I wanted to come here, and that really helped me make that decision, hopefully helped him too. And then at the end, the BTS, all the people who work get a lunch catered by the school, so free food. Let's go. That is sportscasting for the month of July. I did a lot. I was in the studio for 50 plus hours. I did a great job integrating myself into the program, meeting instructors, just being as ears open, eyes open as possible, and asking for all the volunteer opportunities, asking for everything to get help. And I've done a great job. Can't wait to continue to pass it forward to the next group of people. Now we move into what my classes were. Class 1 was creative presentations, GE, and class 2, psychology, GE. So let's kind of take you through what those classes were the rest of July. The first class was creative presentation. You can bet, bike there every day. We learned about different ways of public speaking, verbal and nonverbal. How do you use your emotions, your voice? How do you use physical communication? So everything culminated in each week in us having to present. We're broken up into 6 or 7 people per group, and we were with our group the whole month. And each group had to present every Friday. Different people in the group could present, so everyone got the chance to work on the public speaking skills, speak in front of different people. Some projects needed props, like a panda mask here. Other people aren't as comfortable speaking as potentially I am, as I do a lot more YouTube and sportscasting stuff. So it's good for them to get the opportunity. They talked about speaking in front of a class that isn't super stressful and get that learning experience to be public speaking. What you see here is an at-home assignment. We had to do a persuasive video where we played a character A, and character A had to convince character B to come join character A. So I talked about becoming a soccer fan and convincing a basketball fan to come over. This all culminated into the final project where we had to present in front of the class or make a video at home. That was a Hall of Fame speech. So here's me right before it. Last day, creative presentation class, got my speech. We about to rock it, give that prelude to a Hall of Famer, who I'm doing. His name is Michael Benford. Let's go get it. After this class, we're done. We're on summer break, baby! This video is actually on YouTube. You can go see it. We had to create a script which we turned in. I do script writing for the sportscasting, so this was pretty natural for me to do, which is great. And then you had to present in front of the class. So this is me basically presenting in front of the class. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, it is my privilege to stand here before you today to induct a visionary to the Full Sail Hall of Fame, Mr. Michael Benford. He was one part of the team that built the first gradient jersey ever in the NFL in 2020. This team was responsible for everything around the branding and furnishing of a new $1.6 billion football stadium, multi-purpose stadium. And that was creative presentations. So now we move on to the other class, which is psychology of play. This class was Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays with one Sunday. The other class was Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. That's why I timed the studio, because I could go in the morning studio or in the afternoon studio, depending on the day. This class was a lot of participation and active presentations as well. Here I am presenting a drawing we did. We really learned here how to communicate with others, different people's emotions, and how you work together as a team based off of people's personality and makeup. We had a lot of different projects, such as the professor brought in different things around this house and we had to try to make games out of it. So one group got a bucket and a ball and they had to create new games. This is a big game of telephone. The messengers getting distracted by the people banging their hands. Each group would do something different to the messenger, and then everyone had to try to share the message that they heard, and it was totally different each time. Other projects is we had to create a game. So in our respective groups, we had to come up with a brand new game, the rules, how you would sell it, everything of that nature. Then we had to present it in person. Some people built the game, like we built the actual board game. Other people are 3D design, art majors, they just drew the game. We played Kahoot every day, where we were going over the vocab words and the reading or anything we learned in class. Your boy never won, but I did get top 5 one time. Disappointed.
Okay, on your marks, get set, go. Yep. You okay? You stop? I'm good. Okay, she's good. All right, give him a hand. All right, does anybody else want to give it a shot?
That was a big circle trust tag game. That was really fun. And then our at-home assignments for Quest, digital detox, creating weekly plans, mind maps, golden circle, scavenger hunts for mindfulness. So I hope you get in touch with yourself and learn best practices for you to be the best student you could be. For the digital detox, I made a commercial talking about the benefits of a digital detox. For mindfulness scavenger hunt, I talked about going to the lake near my house and what I heard and saw with my phone away. I made a mind map talking about becoming a sportscaster and everything I needed to be there, including work ethic, watching sports, personal well-being, how to be on camera. We took a personality test for your work style and your personal style to see how you can be the best version of yourself in each. Are you different at work? Are you different in person? Are you the same? You can see here I'm very similar in how I am at work and personal, which is great. It means I'm authentic and I am the same person at work and at home. So this kind of dives into what it means if you're on one side of the map or the other side of the map. You can pause this video to see a little bit more of this. So this was what the psychology class was like, really getting to the core of who you are, getting to the core of the type of person you are. So that way, when you go into your majors deeper, you know the best way to work. So one class taught you how to be a great presenter and public speaker. The other class really was around your cognitive behavioral therapy and how you could be the best version of yourself based off of the way that your brain is wired. I hope you all enjoyed that very comprehensive review of the sports studio, psychology, and creative presentation. As I said in the intro, I love what I'm doing. I'm having so much fun. I feel at home here, watching sports, dealing with sports every day. For month 2, my class is business entertainment, and it would be English composition. However, I don't have to take it because I graduated from UC Santa Cruz and I graduated out of that GE already. It's on my transcript. Great. So I have one class for month 2, meaning I will be in the studio the same amount of hours, 50 plus, if not more, getting better at everything in there. I'm so excited. We'll do this every month, recap of the month, and show you everything in between. So please do like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. It really helps grow my channel. Hopefully this content's helping you. If you want to go into Full Sail, you understand what it's going to be like. If you want to go into Dan Patrick at Full Sail, what it's going to be like. If you want to break into sportscasting or have an interest in what it takes to be in the TV studio you see, or you want to follow my dream, and I appreciate that, and I hope you follow your dream. So this is Randy. This video is out. Woo! This was a doozy. Month 2. Let's get it.